Well, hello there, friends and family. You may wonder what old Mr. Tom's up to today. Well, today, it's Sunday, April 5th. And it's around 11:30. And I'm a little bit curious, because I do have some viewers here in my little small town. And you know, I've talked about church gatherings. And since we last talked, our governor here in the state of Alabama finally issued a stay-at-home order, executive order, and that was Friday afternoon. She released that while I was making and editing my video. And of course I didn't know about that stay-at-home order until I released the video and got to reading the news. But with that said, it's got so many loopholes in it, it pretty much really doesn't matter. Everything but just a few things are all essential businesses. And with that said, that executive order that she issued, and Dr. Scott Harrison also issued as well, said that church gatherings could still be conducted. But, there's a big but, only 10 people or less. So I just thought I'd take a quick ride and see how my little small town was adhering to that. Now I do know, and you know I've talked about this before in my last couple of videos when I had to go out, that there is some risk associated with even going out for a drive in the car. You could break down. You could be in an accident. Well, we'll take that risk today, even though I know I shouldn't. But I do have my mask, do have my gloves, do have my wipes, and I've got my cell phone. And Towsie's not that big of a place. Should anything happen that's not accident related, I can just walk home. I've had to do that a time or two over my past, and it won't kill me today should that happen. At which point I can call my son and we can get in my car and do whatever we need to do. But with that said, let's take a ride and see how my little small town is adhering to the guidelines. Now the first thing I can see is one of my neighbors who I talked to recently. Their vehicle still sitting in their driveway. So maybe they took heed to what I had to say. We'll hope so. But that's going to be one of our stops today. The church that they frequent. Because right now at 11:30, the church services should be in full swing here in my little town. And we're going to start with one of our neighborhood churches. One of the largest. I do hope y'all can hear me and the road noise ain't too bad today. This isn't going to be a long trip, but you know, you can enjoy the spring foliage. And we do got, you know, mostly clear sky. We got some light clouds. It does appear that traffic is minimal today. Of course, it always is during this time here in Towsey. We're going to head on down here and check out one of our larger Baptist churches. It's only going to take a minute. It's just right down the road here on 14 to the right. So y'all be looking to the right and we'll see. Well, my God, there it is, right there to the right. Carville Baptist. The entire parking lot is empty. Thank God. So we're going to have to make a turnaround here somewhere. And we're going to have to head on back the other way. It's a beautiful day today. Let's just whip in right here. This is where our neighborhood hardware store used to be, and lumber supply, but it burnt down a little while back. That was such a shame. It's been here forever. Now we only have the one. True Value up in main part of town. And some people outside there enjoying the sunshine. Now, I gotta admit, it's a beautiful day today. And here again, it's just like all things in life, just like weather. Those out there, they just can't predict the weather to save their lives. Their predictions today would be mostly cloudy, and we'd have rain. Well, as you can see, at best there's some light feathery clouds up in the sky, and no chance of rain. Now, Dollar General's got 4 or 5 cars there in it. People are going to do their shopping, and that's one of the essential businesses that can be open. Of course, so can all the convenience stores, all the alcohol stores, gun shops, you know, because they're essential too. Automotive repair. The list goes on and on. I won't belabor the point. I thought about it, and maybe when we get back, I'll just go through that executive order, because maybe some of my viewers from my state just want to know, and they haven't read about it. My son and I talked yesterday evening about it, because he's got a small business that he's concerned about keeping open. But from the best we can tell, his business still can stay open, and that's what he's going to do unless he's told to do otherwise. And there's one of my favorite convenience stores, Buddy's. It's still open. Plenty of cars. And here we are going by the Jehovah's Witnesses Kingdom Hall. And, well, there's a car and a truck in the parking lot. But it doesn't look like services. But I think, unless, correct me if I'm wrong, their services are on Saturday. Some of y'all probably know about that better than I do. Now, where we're going to now is we're going to go by and check out just a small neighborhood church where some of my neighbors go. Pardon the speed bumps. They're rather cute here, because the kids just won't slow down for the stop sign, and they run it doing like 35 miles an hour. But they hit those speed bumps, it'll bounce their heads off the roof. Hence why we put them in there in the first place. And I truly dislike them, but that's just part of life. So if I remember correctly, and sometimes I don't, we need to take a left right here. Well, I must admit, I love this time of year, springtime. The only time I love just as much, or possibly more, is in the fall. So the church that I'm concerned about is down here on the right. And I can already see we got some cars in the parking lot. Not that many. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're probably adhering to it as well, because it's supposed to be the church services can be conducted, but they got to be 10 people or less. So that looks like that's possibly 10 people or less. And folks, this ain't about inhibiting someone's religious freedom. I saw that pastor from that church down in Louisiana. He was on the news this morning, and he still refuses to not conduct services. He says, you know, it's about a covenant to God. And here we got church on the left, right here. Got one car there in the parking lot. That's probably a church member. But other than that, as you can see, the parking lot's empty. So far, I'm going to have to say I'm pretty damn proud of my little town. They're doing the right thing. We got a church coming up here on the left. This right here is East Towson Baptist Church. Parking lot's empty as it and well. So far, we're batting 1,000. And we'll see how it is as we continue our little trip through my small town. So just sit back, hopefully you have a cup of coffee, maybe a cold drink, snack, maybe you're eating your breakfast. You can just ride along with old Mr. Tom as we enjoy the sunshine, enjoy all the greenery. Can get out. Part of our things you can do is get out and get you some exercise. And here we got a couple walking on the ride across the old Benjamin Fitzpatrick Bridge, getting them some exercise, enjoying this beautiful weather. That's what I'm going to be doing a little bit later out in the yard, as I continue to clear off my small garden spaces to get this year's planting finally going. And yes, y'all can kick me, beat me up a little bit, because old Mr. Tom's running pretty late this year, and that's going to have a lot to do with what I actually planned. I missed the time to put in those cool weather crops, you know, like cabbage, broccoli, stuff of that nature, a lot of lettuces, though I do have a variety or two that can be planted during the heat of the summer. And there's always kale. Kale pretty much grows just about any time of year, depending on the variety, as will Swiss chard. But like I say, overall, there's not a lot of traffic today, but then again, Sundays this time, there's not a lot. When traffic would blow up again here would be right after church service. Because there seems to be some kind of tradition now, and I've talked about my old-time friends with this, up in North Alabama. Everybody gets out of church and goes someplace to eat. Back in the day, when I was growing up, we didn't go somewhere to eat. We either ate at the church after service, which was quite popular back then. And most of y'all probably see here in the South, there's still remnants of the old tables and that out in the backyards of churches. That's where we used to have it. Then if we didn't do that, we'd all go to someone's house and have Sunday brunch or Sunday dinner. It was a big thing back then, and brought people a lot closer together. But like I say now, the new tradition is just go somewhere to eat afterwards, and I'm going to tell you what, that tradition's been alive and well here in my small town up until today, because you can't go in any place to eat sitting down. That's part of that executive order too that Governor Kay Ivey put out last Friday afternoon. But you're going to notice, even on a Sunday, we got people over there in the Superfoods parking lot to the right, and I'm sure more are coming. We got the Catholic Church, which my wife was a member of, here on the right, and you'll notice it right there past that State Farm sign. And it's just a small parish, St. Vincent de Paul, and the only one there is the priest. Well, I'm getting more prouder of my little town than you know. So hopefully, maybe my video and just common sense has prevailed. Of course, they probably all knew I'd come out for a ride today and embarrass them if they didn't. They just know me. I'm bad to cause controversy in my small town. Of course, like with all things in my life, I stand up for what's right. Might not be what's popular, but it's what's right. And I don't mind going to a city council meeting, a mayor meeting, and voicing my opinions. Of course, back when the local paper had a website that would allow you to do editorials online and speak your mind. Of course, they have discontinued that now, been discontinued for a few years. They didn't like it, public officials didn't like it, and the powers to be didn't like it. So, they still got the website, but that section's gone. There's a couple people over at Tractor Supply. Of course, our fruit stand's closed. It's normally open this time of year. The True Value hardware store, it's closed on up too. And it looks like Louis is closed there. No chicken fingers today. Of course, now the Huddle House is open, but they've got order online. They're not serving anything inside. And boy, that's a big change. As any of y'all know, one of the ways governments track natural disasters is how bad they are. Depends on how many Huddle Houses or Waffle Houses closed. Pizza Hut just had one vehicle. Of course, we do got people there at our emergency medical services. So we're going to head on up here by the Walmart before we make a little U and turn around. And then we'll drive you back through down the other side, head on back to the house. You know, it's days like this that I wish I still had a motorcycle. Because even though that'd be far more dangerous to be out here riding, back in the past before COVID-19. And of course I sold my motorcycle to a friend of my son's who needed it far worse than I did a couple years back. I'd be out today. Ooh, I'd be enjoying this sunshine, fine weather, because it's only 73. You got Walmart up here on the right. As you might suspect, its parking lot's pretty loaded up. Yep, loaded. Who would have thunk it? So let's kick it up a notch here and we'll go up here. And we'll turn this car around, go back on through. Head on back to the house. So at least for us though, at least for those of us of faith, today shows they heeded the advice and they are not gathering. Now I'm not sure whether that's solely because of the executive order, or maybe, like I say, my videos may have had some type of influence over the last couple of videos. Of course, as anybody who's followed them, I've been fairly critical of our governor and of our local community. People are out mowing grass. I'd like to be mowing grass today, but I still am mower challenged. It does appear like I'm going to have to order a new battery, and hopefully I can get that online. I've checked into it. Amazon says they got one, but I'm not going to be able to get it till Wednesday, but that'll be okay too. Now we got one of our Mexican restaurants over here on the right. Now this used to be Johnny G's. It was a world famous barbecue place. Had the big pig outside. Everybody from this area will know about the big pig. But Johnny closed it for some mysterious reason. Wasn't because it didn't do good business. I'm not sure why. And now it's the Acapulco Grill. And it's a damn fine Mexican restaurant. We only got two in town. We got the Acapulco Grill. And then we got one Mexican grill down in the shopping center. The name evades me right now. If I see it, I'll let you know. Not that most of you care, probably. Now, something you don't know in one of our historic places, and I'll show you right here to the right. See that house? It's quaint, ain't it? But what makes that house special is that was a house that was ordered off of Sears and Roebuck. Yep, you heard that right. It's one of them houses that you could order out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog. Now that was a long time back, folks, for y'all that are youngins. Now I do remember it, and I'm old enough to remember it. I would think many of y'all remember where you could order a house. Of course, it came in kit form. Everything was numbered, already pre-cut. I tried to buy that place years ago, but because it's so unique and only one of a few that are remaining in our state, they were pretty proud of that house and small property. It's about 1 1/3 acre, and it was way above this old man's price range. Even though I wanted it really bad, I could have made payments, but I'd still be making payments now. That's one thing I'm surely proud of, folks. I don't have a mortgage. I don't know how some of y'all are going to get by with everything that's going on with this COVID-19. I know it's tough out there, folks. And like I say, and I started this day with prayer. Not only for me and my family, but for all of you and all the people in the globe. Here we got the Talawika Church on the right. Parking lot totally vacant. All services suspended. But you know, some people are going to take issue with that. All services suspended. Now I know they're going online all the time, and I've got a good friend up in, I believe he's in Chilton County. That's Brother Donnie. And he's got a channel that you might want to check on. And that's a country, I think it's country preacher. I may be doing them wrong, but I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. And he now, this is his 3rd week holding his services online. And he does gardening and homesteading. He's got a fine little family up there. You might want to give him a check out. He's just a little bitty channel, but I'll tell you what, he's for real, and he's real about life and real about the Lord. So, if you got time, stop on by the channel and tell him old Mr. Tom said say hi. And it don't ever hurt to subscribe, folks. Lord knows we got plenty of time now. Now, I truly am enjoying this little small ride, and it isn't going to be long enough, because it'll be quite some time again before I can come up with an excuse that I think is worth dying over. Now, it wasn't like, unless somebody hits me, the chances of that happening in this little bitty tiny town are pretty small. Hey, you can see somebody's cleaning up their life. That's a good activity. Clean out your life. Give it away, and put it on the street. Trust me, you put stuff on the street, somebody will come by and get it. Now our other Mexican is right here. Oh yeah, it's Cozumel Mexican Grill. It's not open. It's closed. And Tallahassee Church of Christ, it's suspended services. Of course, Jack's is open, but only for drive-through. And if you don't have Jack's where you're at, then you just don't know what you're missing. When they say that's the taste of the South, well, as far as hamburgers and fast food goes, that's about as close as you're going to come to. So we're going to head on back up here to 14. And we're going to take a left, and you'll notice as we're going through this intersection to the left, we're going to go by another church. And this is First United Methodist Church. Normally it's packed. Of course, we're going to have drive-in Easter worship, 8:30 a.m. So I think that's have a service in the parking lot. And that's a good thing, that's reasonable. As long as people stay in their cars. I'll probably have to come by and check them out. So far, our churches have shut it down. I'm proud of them. Because, you know, I was reading the comments on the last video, and God knows I wish it would have got more traction. I wish that video would have been shared more, you know, because I thought it had a real important message. I thought some of the things I said were quite profound, and that's not out of pride. That's because a lot of my videos sometimes, they're inspired, especially here lately. I have a feeling of what to do. And that all started back around December 11th when I did a video about, you know, how much food is enough. And I asked that question as I was out taking a long walk, looking for things to forage, mostly mushrooms. out in the big woods, which those of you who have followed the channel for a length of time, you probably walked with me in the big woods. And when I went for my walk, I really didn't know how that video was even going to start. Didn't even know if I was going to do a video. I just brought the old GoPro with me and thought, well, if I see something, I'll put it on video. But as I started to walk, the thought came to me. And like I said, this is on December 11th, just, you know, how much food is enough? Because I do my shopping tours, and I've got some rash crap from time to time about stuff I'd buy. But, looking back, a lot of those people that had harsh comments back then, we got a church coming up here on the right. Like I say, this is East Housey, Baptist church. It's totally empty, and it's normally full on Sunday. And like the sign says, without Christ, there is no hope. Let's see what this other sign says up here. Self-rule leads to self-ruin. We need the Lord. Yep, and that's a good one too. Well, now we got one up here at the Presbyterian Church. It does look like. And of course, it's getting over. Nope, it held services. Well, I don't guess you can ask, you know, for everything to be perfect. They held services, and I just watched everybody walking out. I mean, there was only a few cars left. I'm sure there's more. I didn't come on down this particular part of the highway and didn't notice how many was there before, because it's 12:04 right now. Some of you may be tired of the ride and me talking. Others of you say you enjoy the ride. But it ain't long now, we'll be back at the house. If I had it my way and didn't know there was some risk about being out here, I'd just take a ride in the countryside. Maybe stop and get me a cold tea first. Make me a bologna and onion sandwich like back in the day. Ooh, if you ain't had a traditional southern bologna and onion sandwich with mayo or mustard, you have not lived. That used to be the sandwich of those of us that worked out in the country, in the fields and on the roads. Yep, about ready to go back up my little old neighborhood, and you can probably see up there, up ahead, that big white house. Their azaleas are in bloom. They're beautiful, but my sinuses don't like them. And that's another thing right now that's making this whole COVID-19 thing all the worse here in the South. You know, it's prime allergy season. We just got over all the rhododendrons and wisteria and all that, oak trees blooming and all their pollen. Now we got the azaleas. Pretty soon all the pine trees will be letting all their pollen out, and we'll just have yellow waves. Of course, roses are all blooming. Those are beautiful. And like every Sunday, people are going to come out, talk to the mamas and daddies, their other loved ones out here in the Carville Cemetery. I try to be quiet, not mow grass, do anything that would disturb them. Some people don't care in the neighborhood, but I do. You know, you got to show folks respect. I mean, I've seen people mow grass here in the neighborhood while funerals been going on, and I'm sorry as hell, but I won't do that. And I won't sit there in a lawn chair like some do and gawk at them. Well, y'all, there you have it. Took us a little ride. Don't beat me up too much for taking the ride. Like I said, I was prepared. Let me find my specs, because So, I got my specs back on so I can see the camera. Of course, I couldn't see it, but y'all were a little bit blurry. And as you can see, with the exception of 2 churches, one was holding services, but didn't look like they had more than 10. And another one, unfortunately, looked like they did. And unfortunately, everybody I saw that was still left coming out was my age or much older. But like I said in the past video, one thing that's great about America, we got a lot of freedom of choice, but now I don't think it's all about freedom of choice. I think it's about freedom to do the right thing. Protect your family, your loved ones. Protect our healthcare workers. And like I said in the past video, this is one of those opportunities, America. And it may be not the only time, but here's the opportunity that the many have to save the few. And I hope y'all will continue to do so. And, like always, until I see you on the next video, I want all of y'all to take care out there. Stay safe, take every precaution you must. And pray. Pray not only for America and all those that must work to keep us safe, fed, and take care of us and protect us, but pray for everyone on the planet to come through this as quickly as possible and be made whole again, not only as a nation but as a world. And with that, I'll bid you all adieu. And for then, may God bless each and every one of you, your families, your loved ones, and friends. Goodbye for now. Well, you know, Lord, Father, your children have made you proud today. Yes, we just finished up the ride, and please forgive me. I took a chance. But you protected me. And now I'm back in my safe place. Stay at home, shelter in place, as you've instructed. So we'll take it on in, and we'll call this a wrap. I just want to thank you and everyone here in my small town for standing up, being part of the many that are there to save the few. May God bless them all. In your name, I pray. Later, all. Tricks. You didn't want to come ride with Papa? You didn't want to come ride with Papa? You just wanted to stay here and sleep in the house? Okay. Well, I don't blame you, baby. I wouldn't want to go out and risk it either. Papa's a little lady, right? You know Papa loves you.